Our chlorine storage area is going pretty well. Hello gamers, it's Wintermute here from Grind This Game. And we're continuing to build the base here in the Outbreak upgrade of oxygen not included. And we got some issues over here, all the CO2 is building up, I guess from the dupes going in here. There's not much of it, it's pretty light. But we got to get it out of there so that our chlorine comes down and bathes this area, because we want to just use chlorine to kill everything. It was working really well until all this this carbon dioxide built up. And I also just noticed that there's some bleach stone here. Once we emptied this out, we forgot about this little bleach stone piece, so gotta put in some storage just for bleach stone. I should go and grab it. Yeah. And I'm gonna crack into this down here. Let this flow through. See how that works. And maybe even open these up, let the hydrogen flow up, because this is really light as well. 80 grams, 90 grams. It's like no pressure in here. Really, we should seal this. Well, even if we sealed it, once they go in here, they still be exhaling carbon dioxide, which you don't really like. Just going to open this right up. Really, we should have a dedicated kind of chlorine room that's sealed. And I'll eventually do that. So this slime lung that's in here on the rock, look how fast it's dying. When the chlorine bathes over it, it just destroys it. Really, we should have a sealed room that's always pumping chlorine gas into it and pumping everything else out. That would be the best. But I think we need a chlorine geyser for that first, and I've heard that there's potentially a chlorine geyser out there somewhere. Got some water flooding going on here. What happened? I guess this is all melting? Not quite sure where all this water came from. Let's mop it up though. What's this ice melting here? Whoa, what a disaster. Water everywhere. Maybe we'll put that ice in a little area here. So that if it melts, it's not going to go everywhere. We want to keep the base insulated because there's a lot of heat spilling over from here into here, I think. Using abyssalite. This will be our kind of temperature wall. We want to keep the base relatively cool. It's interesting, when we open this up, all the CO2 went over here. This chlorine is kind of trapped right here. We want to let it get out. Now maybe if I go like this, crack this open, put some airflow tiles along the way. That might liberate this chlorine gas here. We really should just be pumping chlorine gas into this room though. Still have to find our water geyser. It's hiding out there somewhere. Maybe you can go down here and go across and see if we can find it that way. Oh wow, we're almost out of polluted water. Uh-oh. I never thought we'd have too little polluted water. That's a first. And what happens if we put bottlers on these? So if we put a bottler here, will they pick up the polluted water and take it to the emptier? Okay, allow auto bottling. If enabled, duplicates will deliver bottled liquids to this building directly from liquid bottlers. think that means that polluted water bottler I have should allow them to shift these liquids. Let's see. Oh yeah, he just picked up some. I want to try to cool down this area. Kill all this slime, the slime lung, by opening up this cold biome. Kind of trying to freeze it. Not sure it'll work. We'll find out. This chlorine gas is doing a good job of killing all the slime lung in here. Now we need slime for our algae distillers. We do have slime from this puft up here. Actually, we could trap him in right now. I had hoped to trap him in this way. Oh no, don't go up. Suffocating. Snow can be deadly. I'm going to try a little experiment here, where I'm going to cool this room down dramatically. Using a ton of Weezeworts. I want to try to get it to -50. And then if we pump carbon dioxide in here, we might be able to get it to freeze. Which is kind of a way of getting rid of it. See if that works. Because I noticed that there's little bits of carbon dioxide that are freezing naturally. If you look down here. Where was it? Down here? Yeah, see carbon dioxide. It's certainly, if it just keeps building up as a solid on the ground, I think we could maybe pump infinite CO2 into a room. Just a theory at this point. So this is the top of the map. Don't see any water geysers. There's some fresh water here. We got a brain here we could use. Let's assign someone. Let's say Banhi. Go sit in the brain frying chair. Genes shuffled. She got Rock Crusher. Ooh, +10 to strength. Strength 12 now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And we have another brain over here we haven't used. Let's get Devin in there. Sunny disposition. That's good. We like happy dupes. Our chlorine storage area is going pretty well. We're going to continue exploring down and across this way in search of a geyser. And get those Weezeworts on the way. Pretty low on algae as well, so we can get the algae as we go. So we're down to -20 in here. So let's use some insulated gas pipe. Send that up to our cold room. I probably should have built this down at the bottom of the base instead of here, but we can always move it. It's not that big a building. There we go. CO2 is a-flowing. It's pretty warm. We probably should have cooled it first. Now it should kind of self-regulate. It should overpressurize. Super cool. Turn to solid. And the solid should reduce the pressure. This is all theoretical. So the only reason the pressure in here should go down is if it gets cold enough and CO2 solidifies. So we'll just let that run and see how it looks in a few cycles. And maybe lock it so that we know that no dupes are going to go in there. We got some immunity going down in people. It's not good. We're out of slime. We should probably access that puft. We should put our algae distiller down here, close to the puft, which is our source of slime. Oh no, he's getting out. Do not want him out of here. Close the door. They're picking up tiny amounts of slime, which is not what we want. We're almost out of algae, so I'm just carving in here. And a little bit down here. Where to go? Yeah, this bit here. Okay, that's a little better. Until we get our perpetual algae going down here at the bottom. Just trying to build an area here to burn off all this excess hydrogen. Since we already had some in here, not a whole lot, but we had a kind of a nice formation here that can capture it. Maybe not the best place to put it, but kind of wanted to burn it off. We could also repurpose this for an electrolyzer area later. I'll be self-sustaining for a little while here. I'm gonna try to grow some fungal spores in the wild. Oh, can't do it there actually. We need to do it on soil, which we can maybe do down here. That way we don't have to use the slime to grow them. Gotta make sure though that we don't want the seeds to be able to go in here. I'll see if this spore can grow in the ground. Where's the water? There's no water. Finally, we sealed him in there. That gas guys are very loud. Doesn't look like fungal spores are going to grow on the ground. Just sitting there. They got to be in a planter. What I'm trying to do here is drain this polluted water in here for the puft and put a gas permeable tile, airflow tile, so the all this polluted oxygen can flow in here. That way I think the slime will just build up and build up to a very large amount, and then eventually we can go in and grab it. Travaldo's immune system is going down though. A lot of people's immune systems are going down. I'll have to keep them out of these dirty areas for a while. Just noticed hand sanitizers kill 480,000 germs, but the wash basin removes 120,000 germs and uses water. So hand sanitizers are way better. They do use up bleach stone though, which is finite, I think. We do have 600 kilograms of bleach stone mined already. So if we put this sanitizer and make it so whenever they come back into the base, they sanitize, that'll be good. Maybe put one up here too. Got some CO2 building up in here from the coal generator, so we gotta get rid of this, or I disabled it for now, which caused all our power to kind of stop working. So I turned the CO2 skimmer, carbon skimmer, back on. Hopefully that'll help clear up some of the CO2, but it's using up, I think, some of our polluted water in the process. Because polluted water is coming out, it's filtering, it's going into the CO2 scrubber. Now it should be no net loss of polluted water because it's using a kilogram a second and emitting a kilogram a second, so should be okay. Certainly is warming up though. Might need a wheezewort down here. Well, for the last 200 cycles, we've been searching for that water geyser. Haven't found it yet. We've explored, I would say, maybe 80% of the map. Here's the top, here are the sides. Here's the bottom. So we got this to check, and this to check. Slime lung. Get in bed, Ari. Unreachable food. It's right here. Oh, these are all grains. Okay. No cooking ingredients allowed. We got 3 lavatories and 1 hand washing basin. Probably not good. Oh, we found the Chlorine Geyser. Nice. Let's get into it this way. We want to seal this puffed in. What? Just a major power failure here. We used up all our natural gas. Gotta get this natural gas in here quickly. It's a bit messy, but I think it'll work. Should flow down here. There's another one up here we could try to join as well. But I think we're okay for now. 3 I think 3 generators will be powered by this one geyser plus the fertilizer makers. Looks like Ari's going to be cured of slime lung in a sec here. There he goes. Back in action. And he was the sickest of them all. I think the other people will be okay. I'm happy with our chlorine storage. Seems to be working at the moment. Might need to deal with this CO2 at some point. And how's our natural gas experiment going? Not quite connected. There we go. Should flow in there. But we need to kick up some power temporarily to get it kind of going. I think we can do that here, even though it's all CO2 here. Poor Gene running in the hamster wheel without oxygen. I think it's time to wrap up this episode. We didn't find our water geyser after 208 cycles, and we've explored so much. I would say we're 80%, 75% maybe. So we gotta carve in here. I have a feeling it's gonna be here. There's only gonna be one, it seems like, if any. Which would really not be great, but we'll do that next episode. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying these videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.